Hi everyone, I'm Karen.
I'm Bob, and welcome to Foto Friday. I was actually just mentioning to Karen that I really enjoy that intro. We had a lot of fun shooting that footage. We were coming back from Kinsale Trestle.
Trestle.
Yeah, on the back roads. It was a lot of fun.
Yep, and he went flying through the puddles.
I did. So we're going to start out our Foto Friday a little bit different today. We're actually going to start with our photographer showcase, and today we have Tony Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just to give you a little bit of information about Tony, he started taking photos at the age of 10, and he started with a Kodak Instamatic. Now, do you remember those?
I actually do. I actually had the Instamatic. I had the 126, and I also had the Kodak 110.
Oh, the 110.
That was longer and narrower.
So it was 126 film and 110. Was it 110?
110 film.
110 film.
It was a different camera altogether. I had both of them.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? I remember trying to actually get pictures and get people lined up with the little square, and it was hard.
Oh,
It was hard.
definitely.
But Tony, he actually did some work in high school and did some work for the school paper, the yearbook, and he learned his darkroom skills while he was in school. He also attended Sheridan College for cinematography, where he did media studies as well. And I guess from there he went on to Canon cameras. I guess this is where he obtained his first pro Canon camera, which is a Canon F1. Nice camera back in the day, let me tell you. He moved from there into camera kits, and he ran the Canon media department. Now, Tony's done photography for a lot of different people, and I think would be amiss to not actually name all these. So I'm actually just going to quickly go through this list. So Tony's done photography for theater companies, the Machosen newspaper, a variety of different marathons like the Gutbuster. Now, I don't know if I could actually do that, but it sounds like it'd be tough. Edge to Edge, mountain bike trekking, and the 10C 10K run. And Tony was actually the official photographer for the Royal Victoria Marathon. Now, I do have to say that we do share a passion for something here, the Cosmicon cosplayers, and shooting them in their costumes. They're so colorful, they're very vibrant, the people are just friendly. It's a good time all the way around, and this is something that Tony enjoys doing. And Tony, I have to say, if you're watching, man, I share your love for that as well. I enjoy doing that too. But it's unfortunate with all these things that are going on with COVID and things like that. We just don't know when we're going to actually get back to having those fun gatherings and when they're going to happen again. But aside from that, Tony's love never diminished. And I guess to fill the gap for those lost social events, he, I guess, was inspired to shoot wildlife photography. Now, he actually wrote something at the bottom of his bio here, and I think this is something that all of us as photographers can relate to, and I'd like to read it. So, the one great thing wildlife has taught me is patience. If you take the time to sit and observe carefully, wildlife will reveal itself all around you. And I think those are just really words of wisdom to live by as a photographer. And really well said, Tony.
I was just going to say that. Very well said. And that's actually how we met Tony, was at Swan Lake at the marsh, where we were photographing birds. And Tony was there.
Yes.
And
I had a chance to speak with him. And he's just a
Super.
really down-to-earth guy, really wonderful. And you
Great
can see,
person.
most definitely, and you can see by his work, he's definitely a very passionate photographer. So with that, I'd like to introduce today's photography showcase featuring Tony Austin.
Well, that's great work, Tony. Thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Most definitely.
And now we're about to start our Photo Friday.
Wow, so we've only got 4 weeks left.
Mm-hmm.
We're
in the last week of March now.
Yeah, last week.
1st of April's Thursday.
I know. So last week of April, we're not going to be on the road, right?
We can still do stuff. I want to be able to pack the Jeep a few days gradually leading up to it. We leave on the 30th, right?
Right.
So I'd like to be able to pack the Jeep, maybe starting on the 28th. So prior to that, we can get out.
Okay.
2 days, to spend 2 days packing, and then it's not such a huge rush, right?
So we've got four more Photo Fridays to do.
Yeah, we leave on the last Photo Friday on the 30th. It's actually a Friday.
Right. Okay. So then, you know what? We've gone up and down the west coast of the island a ton.
We have. But there's
So-
still so much to see. There's still spots that we haven't stopped at.
Okay, well, what about, why don't we do a road trip up Trans-Canada 1?
Sure. Where do you want to go to?
I don't know, where do you want to go?
Well, we've been into Nanaimo, but just briefly. We've driven through it to go to Qualicum Beach, which was also just a brief trip. It was only 10 minutes. So I wouldn't mind going there another time, definitely for a sunset. I would love to see a sunset at Qualicum Beach.
Mac's about to die.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
So what about you?
Hello, Gable. I don't know, I'm just going to take a quick look. You said Nanaimo, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take a quick look and see what we got.
Well, let's see what's in and around there, right? I wouldn't mind actually going to Port Alberni once more
Definitely.
to see Mount Arrowsmith. Like, we were only briefly there, and it was kind of cool when we sat out and ate, but I wouldn't mind heading into there again. If we're going up Nanaimo way, it's not that much further to go back there for a day.
Okay.
Because we really didn't drive around the city, and we didn't go down that one street that I've seen photographs of where at the foot of the street is the mountains, and I would like to find that. That was really pretty.
Okay. All right. This looks kind of cool.
What's that?
Neck Point Park.
Where's that? Is that up Nanaimo way?
It's actually in Nanaimo.
Okay.
And it's right along Hammond Bay Road. We actually drove right past it before.
Okay, so yeah, let's go.
Okay. stop off. We haven't even made it to the Malahat Lookout. We're at the Moonwater Lodge is what it's called, and this lookout is just amazing.
Our second stop for today. We're heading up to Nanaimo. This is the Malahat first viewpoint stop. We've stopped here before. One time there was a beautiful rainbow. Today the clouds are really pretty. The rainbow was over the lookout point there, but today it's really quite pretty with the clouds. So yeah, we're heading out and we'll see you at our next stop. We're at our second stop now. This is another viewpoint on the Malahat Highway, and there was some eagles soaring around. I tried to get a picture, but I'm not sure if it'll turn out. Well,
that was a lot of fun.
It was, definitely.
Yeah. I love driving the Malahat. I think we have to try to get ourselves up there for a sunset and some star shooting.
Yeah, that would be really pretty.
Yeah. So you have some information, I understand, about the totem pole there.
I do. This totem pole here that you see is the one that's on the Malahat.
Right.
It is called the Salish Bear Pole. At the summit, it is on the highway, as I mentioned, near Victoria, BC. It was carved in celebration of the 1966 centenary of the merger of colonies of Vancouver and British Columbia.
Wow.
Now, I also found out that the totem pole, the colors on the totem pole actually have deep meaning.
Neat.
So I'm just going to read these out here. So basically, the red is the color of blood, representing war and valor.
Okay.
Blue is for the skies and waters, including rivers and lakes.
Makes sense.
Yellow is the color of the sun, bringing light and happiness. And green is the earth with its hills, trees, and mountains.
Oh, very cool.
So I thought that was kind of neat when I was just looking up, information on this particular totem pole, and I happened to come across, on a website of the meaning of the various colors that are on them.
You always wonder what the colors mean. I mean, you look at so many different totem poles that we've seen over here, and the colors are just beautiful. Even the faded ones still have a very uniqueness to them.
They do.
They do.
They
and
do.
I love them. I mean, the majority of the heritage with First Nations is just, I've fallen in love with it.
You have. You always have, though.
I have.
It's been an interest to you.
It has been.
Now, I also found out the elevation at this viewpoint is 356 meters, which is also equivalent to 1,157 feet above the Saanich Inlet.
Oh, the Saanich Inlet. So that's what's...
When we were in that, when you had that video just further back, when you're overlooking into the hills, that's the inlet that's down there.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
The waterway.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Wow. So where are we off to?
Well, I think we're off to Nanaimo.
Oh yes, Nanaimo. Now, when we were driving here, at one point, I looked to the right, actually, right here, and I actually thought I saw a lighthouse. So I actually had mentioned to Karen, do you want to hang a right? And then she saw this particular sign right here.
Gabriola Island.
And you knew about it.
I heard about it. It was Jeannie that I met in Nanaimo a month or so ago, who was showing me when I was at Nanoose Bay. You could see in the distance Gabriola Island. She was explaining them all to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we ended up just making a quick right here, and I wanted to go down to see if I could find that lighthouse.
And instead we got into some shenanigans.
Yeah, we got into a little bit of shenanigans, yes, but just coming up here on the right, there's a beautiful mural of a killer whale, and I just thought it was amazing.
Yeah, it was very pretty.
Thought I'd kind of stop the film there so you can kind of get a quick look at that. But yeah, as we got around the corner here, we noticed that there was an absolutely amazing marina. So we decided that we were going to pull in and just take a quick look. And I guess, yeah, that's when we
got into a little bit of shenanigans.
Yeah.
And as you can see, some of the cherry blossoms there too.
Yes, and now this is where West Coast meets East Coast.
Let's do the Greenland fishing song.
Okay. Greenland fishing song. You're gonna make me work.
Gonna make you work. Put you to work, woman. She's a working gal.
How long you guys been doing this for?
Oh, a few years, yeah?
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah, we have a band called the Shenanigans.
The Shenanigans.
So we
that's
have,
a
we have some shenanigans with the Shenanigans.
That's awesome.
Danny and Jeanette.
Danny and
I
Jeanette.
was actually born in Ireland, so I lived in Canada when I was 2.
Wow.
We did, and I found him and I said, you look like you were born in Ireland, let's play music together.
That's excellent.
He sounds like it too. Everyone thinks he's Irish and I'm Canadian. But he's Canadian and I'm Irish, right?
Yeah. No, I'm Irish Canadian.
Yeah.
I'm Irish Canadian.
Irish, I'm not sure.
That is
I
great.
gotta keep my heritage and keep the Canadian
We'll
stuff
do
going.
Norwegian wood for you now.
Okay, so this is all about eating your spinach and being a strong
Oh my
sailor.
God, yes, favorite food. There we go.
Oh, Stephen was our captain's name. Shipped the line so bold. And we put him in winter and could about. Face the northern cold, boys. Face the northern cold. And I looked out in the crusty sky, his flag a sitting hand. There's a whale, there's a whale, there's a whale, 50 boys. Go on every stand, three boys. Go on every stand. And the captain walked the quarter deck, a fine little man for he. Overhaul, Mr. David Texel. Bunch of boats to the sea, brave boys. Bunch of boats to the sea. All the boats were launched and a man on board. The whale was in full view. Resolved was deep and brave and true. There were the whale fish do, brave boys. There were the whale fish do. Now he struck that whale and the line paid up. He gave it first to the tail. And a boat capsized and four men were down. We never caught that whale, brave boys. We never caught that whale. Ought to lose enough for talent and freeze my heart full sore. Ah, but to lose 100-barrel whale, freeze me 10 times more, brave boys. Freeze me 10 times more. And Greenland is a dreadful place, a place that's never green. Well, the ice and the snow and the whales are so daylight seldom seen, brave boys. Daylight seldom seen.
Eat your spinach, everyone.
And here we are, back at the harbor.
Thank you, the shenanigans.
Thank you, the shenanigans. They were really good, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They were a fun couple.
There was all people around watching it and enjoying it.
Most definitely. On a day like that, why not?
Mm-hmm.
So here we are at the harbor. This was absolutely beautiful. They actually have a nice little walkway that's just behind us here where we're actually photographing. And there's the restaurant. And they have all kinds of really neat little shops that are in there. And luckily enough for us, the majority of them were actually still open, which was great. They had a ice cream shop, and they had, what's the one that you really like?
Oh, gelato.
They had gelatos there, yes.
No, we
But
didn't get any
No,
that
we
time.
didn't get any that time, but we're going to have to go back and get some. But yeah, I mean, it's a great place to do some socializing, walking around, as much socializing as we can do in these days. But there's also, some serious business that goes on at the marina there.
Yeah, there's actually 2 deep sea terminals. One of them is called the Nanaimo Assembly Wharf, and the other is Duke Point Terminal. This is Vancouver Island's hub for cargo and marine transportation center. On the wharf, they actually have a BC Vehicle Processing Center. And I looked up, and they also have a PCTC, which stands for Pure Car Transport Carrier Operations.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a facility. It's where they do the initial offloading and preparation area for the new automobiles that come over.
Oh, so all the new automobiles come into this particular port.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
There's also a cruise terminal on the wharf, which obviously isn't used right now.
Yeah.
There's a heliport and air ambulance. They have deep sea berths for cargo vessels to
right.
come in.
Yeah.
And a port administration office, and that was on the Nanaimo Assembly Wharf that I just mentioned. Now,
okay.
on the Duke Point terminal, that's where the BC Ferries comes in, where you can travel to and from Vancouver to the island.
Okay, right.
For passengers and cars, obviously.
Yeah.
They also have barge berths, a couple of them, one for short seas shipping and cargo vessels. Now,
Boy,
there's
say that one fast a couple of times.
No, I can't.
Short seas to be short seas to no, never.
Now, the one thing that I did learn, they have what they call RORO ramps, and what that stands for is roll on, roll off, and it actually makes sense after I looked it up. RORO vessels that have either built-in or shore-based ramps or ferry slips that allow the cargo to be efficiently rolled on and off the vessel when it's in the port.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, that was something new that I had learned. And they also have two really large cranes. One of them is called a 40 MT gantry crane, and the MT stands for metric ton.
Holy smokes.
And that's for heavy duty lifting and cargo transit.
That's big.
It is big. And then they have the 100 MT mobile harbor crane.
Say what?
Yeah, and it's a 100 metric ton, and it can go 51 meters outreach, which means it's able to load and unload the large containers. So you see a lot of the barges go in the various inlets with the large containers on it.
51. What now? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
wow.
So it's a busy little port aside from all of the fishing vessels there.
Yeah.
And sailboats that are docked.
Wow. Yeah, that's good information. I think.
It is. I thought it was quite interesting.
No kidding. Well, we're almost there. Next stop. Next Point Park.
Look at the color of the water, is so blue.
Really,
Right in the southern rim.
Oh yeah, no
Look
kidding.
at the ship out there too.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty.
That is.
The colors of it.
Wow.
Oh, I like that. Go right up here. Sit there and look.
And that is Departure Bay, where the ferries leave, and we'll be leaving from there in another 4 weeks. Heading over to the mainland, on our way back to Ontario. How you doing, TOLers? Well, we are here at Neck Point. What a beautiful place this is. It's been around 12 degrees today, and couldn't ask for better weather. This is like a photographer's dream here. So it's, what time is it? Well, it's like 5:30. I think Karen and I are going to be sticking around for golden hour, and well, as you can see, we're down here in a cove and it's absolutely beautiful. So I think we're going to hang out and just watch the sunset. So we'll talk to you later on. All the best from TOL on the road, and thanks for watching Foto Friday. We'll see ya.